Hey, it's Tina with TNT Crochet Hookers, where knit happens. It's been a little bit, like I told you, when I'm working during this season, this is my busy season, so not a lot of time. I pretty much had Thanksgiving off, that was it. And that was spent making a turducken. So if you don't know what a turducken is, it is a duck inside of a chicken inside of a turkey. Unfortunately, we missed our wonderful, festive time with our family up in PA. Hey y'all, if you're watching. And with my job, there just isn't a lot of time to drive up, see family, turn around, come back, and I'm already working pretty late hours, so we stayed home and did our own little turkey fest. So, also, quick note, hi everyone who's new. If you've come back before, watched us before, hey y'all. A lot of stuff's been going on with YouTube in regards to child protection. I think I'm going to start doing I don't even know how to say that. Basically a little quick note saying, hey, parent guidance, maybe this is PG-13, not completely for children. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. I'm going to put it in my notes. This is, for me, I have nothing but adult children. I know yarn interests my grandson, and I think it is kind of sad, though, that we're going to be restricted from being able to show certain items because, of children, and I'm all for protecting children. I think Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, said it best when it was, you just have to be super active in your children's lives. It was different for my kids, to be honest, because they didn't really have that much internet access because it just wasn't readily available. And my children are all adults now, so I'm not really hands-on with how kids are so overly exposed. I don't know if it's overly or if it's a great thing, not a great thing. Parenting now is different than when I had to parent. But I am going to kind of do a disclosure, kind of saying, hey, this isn't just, if you're going to watch my channel, you need to be with mom and dad. So turn that bad boy off now. Unless mom and dad are with you, you are not condoned. I am not giving you permission to watch my channel. Alright? I don't know if that's going to help. I am going to start making initially I was just putting yes, child friendly. But I also don't want to get in trouble either, so I'm just going to say no unless mom and dad are watching. And if everyone watches my show, they know I'm not going to really have anything in it that's bad. But I am human, and let me tell you, something falls on my foot, the words may fly. And that's not on purpose, but that's me being human, being real. Again, we don't know how to do back to what I was saying. We don't have the ability here to edit. So if something happens, it's live in action, let me tell you. So with that being said, I definitely agree with the child protective laws. I would not want any child exposed to anything that's going to be harmful. But also, again, just like Ella is dealing with, the fear of being fined. I mean, none of us are, regardless of the yarn we buy, the purchases we make, I don't think too many of us can afford a couple of $1,000 fine for every single video that's out there. Debbie has listed some petitions that can be signed, so I'm going to link her down below. Ella has talked about it from No Catchy Name. Quite a few other people have talked about it. I mean, we are a little fearful, but we're also, please don't get anyone wrong, we are all fearful for children. And that is the priority. So with that being said, my kids weren't allowed to watch anything unless I was physically there watching it with them. I've seen a lot of Disney, okay? I can sing along with it and everything else. And I sit with my grandson when he's watching stuff. So, with that being said, we just have to be, I guess, a lot more vigilant. And I know a lot of parents are. So I feel bad that, you know, all of us are having to make these adjustments, but it is for the better good. I don't know how or soon or when it's going to affect probably Instagram, and which I got a funny story about that Instagram stuff. I just got a, I guess, I don't even know what you call it, an account for Instagram. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit too, because that's been interesting. But I don't know how this is going to affect like Facebook and different things like that. I would imagine it is at some point, and YouTube is just kind of spearheading the way for it, and it's understandable. So let's move on from there, because I got so much stuff to talk about. It's flipping insane! And I'm insane because I don't know what the heck I was thinking. This is taking a lot to prep this time. Normally it's like a quick and easy thing. I probably shouldn't snap my fingers on camera, but let me tell you, that's been a thing. My husband knows I have issues, like my kids don't behave or my dog doesn't behave. Man, those fingers just start snapping. Alright, so where to begin? First off, you know I'm loving my Crochet Society, and I've got to say, if any of you have box 6, start videoing. I don't have mine. We all know. I don't feel spoiled. You know, like, I don't believe in the whole spoiler thing. I just want to know what's in the box. It's been killing me. So, with that being said, I've started working on box 5, and I'll show you how far I've gotten and kind of what I've done with it so far. You know, my rule, you can watch Allie from Miss Allie Makes, or a couple of the other YouTubers, and I'll link all of them down below. But this is kind of where I'm at so far. I had some cotton yarn, and so I have an idea, because what I want to make is the stocking, and I'm going to show a picture real fast, and this is going to be kind of a fast thing. And yes, I've already started my journaling on it, because, you know, I got to do that. I want to make sure that I kind of keep track of what, you know, sometimes let's just keep track of what we're feeling some days. It's therapeutic. So I am going to make the stocking, and I have started it. I got a little nub in here. But I also really love the mandala. Is it a mandala? I think it is. I think that's what they're calling it. Or a doily, whichever you prefer. Nope, you know what? I got that mixed up. This goes with a different box. My bad. But I will say, the gloves in the front I am intending on making. And I've actually got an idea of how, because you know me, I've got to have like a little set thing going on. So I've already thought of thinking of some ideas in regards to converting this into a hat with a matching cowl. So I am kind of working that through. You know, like when you go to sleep, do you ever like dream about stuff and like go, oh, yeah, that's me. That's how I do this. I get all these little funky ideas, wake up and start jabbering off with my husband. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But he just goes along with it. He's really good about that. I mean, he is really good about that. Alright, so this, let me make sure I've got this right. This is where it was supposed to go. Alright, this is what I was doing. I just got it all mixed up. I was just shoving stuff everywhere. So in this one, which was actually this is box 3, we had the cowl right here. And I did get that finished. Remember, I had my little honey-do list for myself of all the stuff I wanted to get done. I guess it was about 2 weeks ago. And there it is. I did love this simply because I thought this extended X stitch was actually pretty cool. It's something I hadn't done before, and again, I keep running into things with this that I've not done before. Different stitches, different techniques. I've really quite enjoyed it, and I like making actually all the projects. Now this one is it's like a cotton acrylic, and so to be honest, I have worn it twice already, but I could see myself wearing this all year round. I really could, because during the summer, if you go somewhere, like you go in and it's a little chilly, I could probably kind of get away with wearing like a tank top or something with it too. So that was what I was working on with that. And I'm going to grab this, I know I'm bending down, and put this actually where it belongs, which is in this box. And let me tell you, I'm surrounded by boxes and stuff, and it's pretty insane. So with this one, it is the mandala. So it's a mandala. And of course, when I did the cow, I pretty much ran out of all the yarn. I have like just a tiny, 2 tiny balls left. So there was, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to use it for something, but it was definitely not going to make this. So what I was thinking was it would be kind of cool to do this either as a washcloth, or I was actually thinking of mimicking it to where it was more of a solid background and doubling it up and doing it as like a hot pad. But this is what I have so far, and it is very simple, easy to follow. It's been pretty great, and I do like the colors. I like the richness of these. I'm using the Hobby Lobby Love This cotton. It is softer than the regular, like other cottons that I've had, like even this one, which is the Peaches and Cream. This is much rougher, but I'm enjoying it simply because it'll give it 2 different types of textures, which I think would be nice for when, you know, you're doing dishes, or even if I just use this as a washcloth, like a little spa washcloth, it's kind of nice. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And as far as the cactus, my middle daughter May and my youngest one, Lil, she actually thought it would be a good idea to make it for May, but I think I'm going to hold off on that. I do plan on making it at some point, but just not now. But it is going to be used. Back to box 5. We got some wrapping paper with box 5, and my kids, I don't know, I know that they have like book covers now that are the stretchy, and my kids towards the end of school had those, but when I was growing up, you just used paper to cover your books, and so that's what I used mine for, because this is kind of my keep track of everything. This is where I put all my advent calendar information so I can like figure out what I'm doing. But it turned out so pretty. It took me maybe not even 5 minutes to fold it up. It's amazing what you remember from your childhood, but I just hurried up, folded it up, did my little origami book thing, and it works beautifully. There it is. I'm planning on using it. To be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to unwrap it. This is the new cover for it. It'll be Christmas all year round until I run out of pages. So that's what I did with that. Let's move on. So the other thing that I've been working on, I ended up getting, actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about this first. So the Shawl project book, and this was my Witchy Brew Shawl. It is completely done. I even blocked it. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that this was a chore. Woo! First off, I'm so glad I did it. Actually, I'm showing you the wrong side, but this is a good example right here of it. I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Was it a bit of work? Yes, and I do see why they did it all in one color. I'm going to show you a picture of it. Here's an example of it. It's right there. And again, I will link this book and the other 4, there's actually 4 of them, in my notes. But as you can tell in the picture, there was one color. I can see why now. In Instagram, I did post a picture, and I kind of did the math, like just rough math on it. No rocket science stuff. But, you know, you always determine with each color change, you're going to sew in at least 2 threads, 2 yarns, 2 ends. It was around about 128 ends I sewed in. Let me tell you, remember how I was saying, if you've watched me before, I talk about, you know, not everyone likes to do the sewing in the ends and stuff, and I'm trying really hard to grab like a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and just kind of have some quiet time and, you know, just make it more therapeutic. And it actually, believe it or not, it worked. because I was just sitting either in the living room, and I didn't do it all at once. I think I did it in 3 different sets. So I kind of would remind myself, oh, I need to get that done, and then I would hee-haw about it and be like, don't want to do it. But then I was like, well, you know, I'm going to grab myself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and then I would go grab it, and I would be listening to something or watching something, and believe it or not, I'd realize, oh my goodness, I actually did a good chunk of it. Let's put it down now. So then I would be done with it. But I did it in 3 sittings. It was very small. I didn't realize how massive it was going to be. It is a good size shawl. And I do really, really love this. I call it because it was from my Halloween Advent Calendar from Mad Science Fiber. Mad Science and Fiber. And I call it my Witchy Brew Shawl. But I've got to tell you, I honestly think I would wear this all year round as well. It's lightweight. I can wear it with gray. I could wear it with just about anything because of all the many different colors with it. I think it'll be perfect all year round. So very excited about that. So now we're going to get into the Advent portion of this show, which we've all been preparing for, that I'm crazy. Okay, so if you remember, I've been saying this was something that I started in spring. So I've been looking at these different small businesses through Etsy, I originally started trying to find these on Amazon, but there really wasn't a whole big selection. Try to find YouTube videos for it because I'm kind of like an Advent insane person. I just love it. I don't know why. It's a probably weird sick thing. I don't know. But one of the major ones that I really did want, and that I'd already been kind of like fighting about with myself of whether or not I was going to get it, was Little Box of Crochet. I'm so glad I did. I'm loving it so far. It's been great. But I also realized from watching another YouTuber, which I want to say I'm going to have to remember her name. She's just so sweet. She's literally only had, I want to say, 2 videos. And I'm going to link her down in my notes. But she kind of talked about it. And one of the things she kind of, again, I'm not a spoiler person. So, and today's December 1st. Probably going to do 2. Well, no, I'm just going to do 1 because, to be honest, to reset this up for day 2, I'm going to take some practice with it. So to be honest, I'm not doing, what is it, Vlogmas. It's going to be like vlog skip a day, Ness. Or vlog skip a couple of days, Ness. So we're going to see how we can do this. It's just going to be a lot of opening stuff. So in advance, I'm sorry if you don't like crinkle sounds. That's just reality here right now for this month. But I want this to inspire you, to give you an idea. And again, you don't have to go, I almost said something I shouldn't. See, this is like, parents need to be sitting with their kids and watching this show with me, because it's like I have to like reel it in when I'm tired like this. I'm crazy. Please don't assume I'm asking you to do the same. I'm not. It's just to get you inspired. If you find one of these that inspires you, please go visit their website. Take an opportunity, even if you don't even buy anything, just look at the yarn. It's like going to an art show. It doesn't mean you have to buy a painting, but you can appreciate the art of it and what it took to make it. So, sorry for the tangent, there's going to be many of them. So when she actually started talking about the Advent calendar, she brought up the fact that it's a wreath. And so then I was like, oh, that's really neat. Oh, I'm so excited about it. Well, then she showed the picture of the first thing, which was you have to cover the wreath. And I was like, oh, I need to open mine now, because I'm not super slow, but I'm not super fast either. I knew making a cover for a wreath was going to take more than 1 day. It was. I mean, and I honestly think Allie from Miss Allie Makes, I just watched her video, and she has decided that she's actually going to hold off because Christmas season is really busy for all of us, and she's going to wait and make this more of a winter activity, which I think is a great idea. Mine is probably going to be more like a 6-month activity. Because let's get for real. I'm loving it. I love the yarn. I love the design of it. It's very inspirational, but it's going to take me a minute. So let me show you how I'm kind of setting this up. But with that being said, you remember I had that whole honeydew list. The the shawl I wanted to finish. I wanted to finish the cowl. I got those done. Yeah, check it out. Woohoo! Got this done too. I'm pat my back, let me tell you. I was like, and I had to remember, I had to order more yarn because I ran out. They give you, like, I had 2 little balls of it and then another small ball. So they give you like 3 portions of the yarn, and I just tore through that. It is a little on the loose side. It's not super, super taut. But also the way that I think of it is I'm going to be covering this with layers and layers of stuff and items that I'm not really that concerned that this is a tiny bit loose. And like I said, I am going to do the hot gluing. I'm definitely doing that. And I wanted to show real fast the box that it came in. This is beautiful. I love this. This is just so pretty, and I'm really liking it. So with that being said, I am going to officially open it. It does have lots of little goodies in here. This is what it looks like when you open it. It has a lot of neat stuff. This was the little crochet hook, which I still have not broken yet. Woohoo! But I will say it was a little, there were certain, I feel like I'm bending it a little bit because the way in which I hold it, I'm a knife cutter one. So I have a tendency to use my thumb, and I am worried at some point I'm going to hear a snap. And then I'll be like, oh well. But they do have, and again, I'm not going to go over everything that's in here, but they do have some neat stuff. We've got she always does like little postcards, and there is a Christmas notebook, which I was kind of really cool, thought that was pretty cool. She has some little mini lights, which I am going to kind of probably put up here. Some tea, you're going to like the tea. And then she has just little extras that we're going to need for this activity. So, and I am going to call it an activity because it's definitely going to take a little bit of work to do. This feels like some stuffing, and it's obviously for the bird in which we're going to be making. Number 1 was opened, or else I wouldn't have the wreath done. I am going to give you an example for, ooh, boy, this is like playing hide and go seek with this one. See, with my other ones, I actually kind of cheated a little bit and put them in numeric order. But this one, I didn't realize I would have to do that, so I hadn't done it yet. With that being said, I may not be able to open number 2 for you. Nope, we'll just wait until next time, because I don't want to take too much time with this, but I am really excited about getting this going to the next step. And moving on. Oh, and I intend on keeping this box, because I can definitely use it for lots of ideas and little crafty things. I'm going to show you some other things I did to prepare for this. Okay, now, remember when I was talking about I was really worried about breaking the crochet hook? On Instagram, Amanda actually posted saying that they had, I guess, previous boxes. Once they get through a bunch of previous boxes and pretty much the sales have already kind of died down from it, they still have extra supplies from it. So they will sell like the extras in little mini boxes. And I thought, well, that's like kind of a cool idea. I tried again to look on YouTube to see if there was anyone who's really done any videos on it, and I did find one lady. She didn't seem super ecstatic, but I gotta tell you, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And my goal was, you remember the hooks? I figured if, and I'd heard that she does give hooks away in her boxes, other hooks. So not just this, even though I am liking this and I still use it, but she actually gives hooks. So I decided the price wasn't too horrible, so I got 4 boxes. I know, I'm crazy. It's y'all, all right? Yarn Anonymous, that's what Tim calls it, so it's real. It's real here. With that being said, I actually ended up with 3 that's this size. So if this breaks, I'm no longer stressed out about it. I've already used one of these to try to see how it felt. I'm loving it. I like this hook. It's the Ergon, I don't know what the heck you call it. It's good for your hand. But I have 3 of them now. I'm going to just quickly show you the boxes. I'm not going to like do the reveal open. I'm just going to give you the highlights of what was in. I'm going to kind of pop them open. We're going to go boop, and that's it. So I did get one little booklet. I do like these. I do take notes. I look at all this, you know. As you can tell, I always have my little booklet with me. So I do keep that on. And actually, I'll just start putting some of the stuff away. You're going to see me bend down a lot so I can move stuff out. First off, what I really liked was I thought I would get 4 of the exact same thing. And I was actually okay with that. I was fine. Extra supplies, yay. But the box, I actually ended up with 4 completely different, beautiful little box containers. All of them are gorgeous. I honestly feel that I probably could have, to be honest, ordered 6 and I'd have 6 different boxes. And I was ecstatic about that. That really said a lot for me. What was nice about it too was this was all the yarn. So there was actually not all the yarn. I have another container. But here's some of the different yarns I got. And, you know, this I can probably incorporate into my calendar because this is the Yarn and Colors, and it's the must-have minis. These are what she usually uses for her advent calendar, so I'm definitely going to get some use out of it. Got some gold, which was great. And then I had some like bric-a-brac. I'm not really sure what to do with this one, this ribbon one. It's kind of thick, but I will find something to do with it. And then a little bit of ribbon, very thin ribbon, and some thicker ribbon. So that was one of them. And again, all I did was combine these and make them a little more organized for my use, what was going to work for me. And I'll stack it back over here. This is the other yarn, and again, it is from Yarn and Color, and it was and these will actually work really well for with each other, and these were in 2 separate boxes, and I just combined it into one because I figure I'm going to do like a little activity with that. So, or I may even go to the website, Yarn and Colors, and get maybe a bigger skein of both and make a shawl or something with it. Either way, it's going to get used. And again, look how pretty that is. It is Crochet Granny Square. I thought this was just so beautiful. And then, sorry, this is probably going to be a long video, and I'm really sorry about that. It's going to take forever to download. Alright, these were some little goodies. I ended up with a tape dispenser, and it has a little button that does the automatic, and it's a little fox on it, and it's the same little fox that's on the box. I ended up with 4 of the Tunisian hooks. They are 6mm each of them, but you know what, I'm okay with that because that's the exact size I use to do washcloths. So, and typically I only work on one stitch, but I have many stitches that I kind of take turns with, but now I don't even have to take turns. If I get tired of working one, I'll just have like my knit. I'll do one with knit, one with the honeycomb. Whoops. One can be the simple stitch and pearl. And I'm planning on working some other ones too and learning how to do other ones. So again, that's just these. Now let me show you all the hooks in the 4 containers, which I was really kind of surprised about. All of these. I ended up with, and let me tell you, I'm someone who I have a tendency to leave these all over the house, but I ended up with 3 of the 4.5 millis. I ended up with 4 of the 3.5, and remember what I was saying, my 2 older daughters are wanting to help with the wreath. My middle daughter, she doesn't think she's going to do a very good job, but I think she will. I think it'll be fine. So I have 3, 1 for each of us. My youngest, Lil, she just said she's just going to stay and keep us company. So I ended up with 3 of the 2.5 and then 2 of the 3. So that alone, to me, was fairly worth it as well. Also, darning needles. I ended up with 4. I didn't open these up because I knew what was in them. 4 darning needles. So I put this as like my little needle thing. Then, it's not, I mean, just from 4 tiny boxes. All these stitch markers. I think it ended up being a total of, let me see, hold on 1 second. 4, 6, 10 stitch markers. And they're all different kind. To be honest, the way they are, I could probably use these as earrings too. Not to say I would, but I could if I wanted to. So, and I ended up with 2 that are like these little Christmas ones, and those I actually put with my advent calendar stuff because it has the little poinsettias on them. So for these, I just put it, and I keep everything in my little bowl. I have a pair of scissors, darning needle, all of this. I even have, because I didn't know if I would need it for this project, I have my tape measure. I'm probably going to switch it out with an actual Amanda Bloom one for the little box of crochet. But this one's my knit crate one. And I just kind of keep it all in my little bowl right here. I keep it with my book. It's all set. Everything's organized. So that is this one. And it was the British theme box, the United Kingdom, which I really liked. And then here my last one. And this one just kind of has a little Mod Podge of stuff. Buttons, buttons. These ended up with 4 different activity books. I don't have any of these projects, so I thought that was great. There's a little doggy, I guess, and it looks like it was kind of a Christmas theme one. And they're nice books. I mean, they're definitely substantial. They're not flimsy at all. So I thought that was nice. Got a pair of earrings, and they're wooden with a little design on it. I thought that was a stamp with gold ink. And then what I also really liked was these are labels that you can put on the boxes to actually put up so that you can actually know what's in your boxes, what you're going to use them for. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then I ended up with a bunch of the postcards. So I mean, it was pretty great. It was an endless supply of just a lot of stuff. And oh, and there was the Christmas one from last year. So this was pretty cool. I was pretty happy, pretty impressed. Amanda, you do it up right, so I've always been so far very happy with everything. Just looking forward to all the additional stuff. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, now, down for business. We're going to do this quickly and safely. Be prepared. I may go off a tangent, whichever. but let's get going with this. I'm trying to do this quickly just because I know this is going to be a lot. Alright, so I was preparing for doing the advent calendars. A couple of them, I have found some different patterns that I want to do. A few of them are shawls, one's like a shrug. So I'm pretty happy with the patterns that are out there, especially on Ravelry. There are some for both crochet and knit. You'll have designers who actually have one of each on their website. Love that. One of the hand-dyed companies actually sent me a code to get the crochet pattern, but also sent the knit pattern. So I was pretty happy with that. I have my bags from Ella from No Catchy Name, so I've got these prepared to be used. Walmart, I gotta tell you, this was a steal and a half. Walmart had these like little bracelet charms, and you know, I don't care about that, but hey, you can use these as stitch markers. So check these out. They were advertising these as just like little charms, but instead, nope, these are going to be my Christmas Advent stitch markers. And I have a couple other ones, you know, because I had the one from, I'm sure I'm going to have some from here as well. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, so let's get started. The first one is Needle and Fred. And this one is actually, it says, thank you so much for your lovely order and supporting small business. This is really kind of what it's about, just my love of Advent calendars and small businesses. I love yarn too, so you know, it's a triple threat here. It's, you know, it's on like Donkey Kong, let me tell you. So let's open each one of these up. It's going to be fast and quick. I might ooh and ah a little bit, but we'll keep going, okay? And this came with a cute little pin. It's just a little straight pin, but also this is a little, it's so hard to see, but it's actually a knitting cat stitch marker. And then a little pin. So that's this one, and then this one, this is what we have. Super soft, I really like it. And I do love the colors. It reminds me almost like a more of an old-time Christmas. So I'm looking forward to that. I am planning on keeping each Advent calendar separate. I'm not going to tell you how many are here, but you can keep count if you want. Alright, so this next one is from the I'm sorry, let me say it right. LittleStoneCottage UK, and it's this theme was felt fusion, and then what I did was I did the club option, and it was Advent Upgrade 2. Okay, I do like these tags, so I am going to probably try to save these as best as possible because the tag is kind of cute. And I'm sure I think it is a she. I don't want to assume it's a she, but because we do have a lot of really great male hand dyers out there as well. I do like the fact that I'm kind of opening a little Christmas present with this one, and there's a few of them that are like that. So, okay, I'm not one of those pretty openers, I'll tell you that right now. Ooh, look at this. That just screams bright red. You know, I'm liking the red. So, yeah. And it's a good size. I think this one might be a 20 gram and this one is the 10. And this is where, I mean, you can tell the difference in size here. So, I don't know, because Tim walked away, I'm not sure if you can see this, but you can see the difference in size here, that this one looks like it's double the size. So I do have some that are 10, some that are 20. Alright. This next one is from RiversOfStardust. And I don't believe this one was a themed one, but let me double check. No, I actually kind of wrote on here if it was. It just says sock yarn mini skein with option of gift bag. So, and it's just Christmas Advent calendar. This one, we already have like a little stitch. It's for knitting stitch marker. And it's a little sheep with a nice little pretty blue bead. So Tim walked away again, but we're going to keep moving on with it, so that's fine. And again, this isn't going to be pretty, sorry. Some of these are just, I am keeping it with it so I know which container to put it in with. So if we looked at the stitch marker, it's a little sheep. He's going to give me the thumbs up once we've, okay, so he's smart. That's why he walked away, because he knew we couldn't focus on it. See, this is why he's the cameraman and I'm not. Look at this. This just seems like snow outside in a winter theme. And, oh, this one, wintry days, of course, says it right there. Go figure. It's so funny because I always sit there, oh, this just reminds me of such and such, and then I read the name and I'm like, ding, 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 ding. But this is beautiful, and there's tiny little specks of sparkle in it, just a small hint. So, loving that. All right, we're going to move on. I'm not even going to say the numbers because it's a lot. All right, now this is my Friends theme one. And I was really, like I said in one of my previous episodes, that I love Friends. My whole family loves the show. And this might be one of those PG things where parent guidance. We love Joey, all of his antics, just Ross, Rachel, everyone. And this actually came with like a little card, so I will open it pretty quickly. And I'm not going to read the cards or anything like that, but this one is from, and I want to make sure I'm saying everyone, I did say that name. So the company for this is actually, maybe I wrote it on, nope, I didn't write it on the back. You know what? I will have to get back to you with this, the company name. It's the Armadillo Christmas. Oh, if you've ever saw that episode, it's amazing. But I do know the woman who does this, her name is Debbie. And I want to say, this is one of the ones where she actually gave me a list of 3 knit patterns and 3 crochet patterns, all free on Ravelry. So I was very happy with that I have all these options. So with even all, and I do plan on looking these up, printing them out, and seeing if those are the ones I want to do. So let's keep going. This one actually came with a bag. And a little note that says, banana. So some of these actually, I am dyslexic, so I'm not going to be one that's going to absolutely read every single thing because I'm very self-conscious about that. But everything that I open has a phrase, a Friends phrase. So my goal is I'm going to actually kind of pin all these onto something so that I can kind of go through them later on. All right, and here's my Friends bag, which is great because that's where all these little all of the ones for this one is going to go right in here. So I'm very happy about this, and it says, again, parents, need I say more? Crap bag. So I'm loving it already. Again, I don't know how to edit. I'm sorry. Okay, with this one. Oh, I love this one. Think of Sugar Plum. This is really, really pretty. I'm loving the speckle of this pink in there. That is so nice. And we're going to just use this bag already, and I'm going to stick this back in. So we're going to take all of this. It's going to go in here into my crap bag. Let me tell you, my husband probably thinks I have a million of those bags all over the place. All right. Ugh. Sock down. Sock doesn't want to stay up, down. Stay. All right. So number 5. And actually number 5 I am going to have to read because I believe it is CraftyMommaDesignz, and this one is called Candy Coated Yarn 2019, option 1. And I want to let you know like the options, because unfortunately all of these are sold out. They're not available anymore, but maybe for next year, because some of them actually said that this was like either their second time or third advent calendar. So, and again, I'm not graceful when opening stuff. Oh, isn't this cute? Oh, and it has snaps. So let me unsnap. Cute little yarn. It's actually pretty nice. And the lining, that is super cute. And then I think it also has a notion bag that goes with it. So let's see what this one is. This all came together. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, this is so cute. And they're all like little balls of yarn with knitting needles on it, and it's a pull string. So honestly, I feel like you get a sock bag and then another project bag. So I'm really liking that. All right, and then let's open this up again. Oh, and it's a Lion King, so it's a Disney theme. Ooh, it's definitely Disney theme. This just screams like Mickey. Let me see if, oh, Snow White, I was wrong, ding ding. But it does, yeah, her yellow gown with, oops, my bad. Her yellow gown with the blue and the red, and with little hints of white. This is definitely Snow White. So, and again, I'm going to be sticking this in the bags, because as I get them, if they have bags, this yarn is already going to start getting used for it. The bags are getting used for the yarn. Not all of them came with bags, and that wasn't a requirement for me. I actually just went to the websites, and if I liked their colors of yarn, which, let's get for real, there's not too many yarns I don't like. So now this next one is, and I'm saying what the company is just so that if any of these spark your interest, it doesn't hurt to go and look. No one's asking you to buy anything. Alright, so it came with this little stocking, and the stocking actually has your hook or a needle sizer. And obviously this is SouthernSkein hand-dyed yarn. So there it is. That came with this, and it's a cute little holder. I'm probably actually going to put it though in one of my little boxes. So, or I'll just leave it with the bag it came with. And here's the bag. This is actually a really good size bag. And what I'm going to actually turn this inside out so you can see the lining, and also the fact that this had this is like for hooks, actually. I'll bring my little flimsy one. Hooks, there's like 1, 2, 3 with 1, 2, 3, 4 extra pockets. So I thought that was pretty neat. I will say someday, I've said it before, I would love to learn I do know how to sew, I don't know how to sew bags. So at some point maybe that's something I'll do. But for right now, nah, ain't happening. But this I'm going to put in here, and then let's open the box of yarn. And I thought this was cute. It's actually little individual boxes with the number on top. So these are one of those things that I may try to save. Alright, let's see what's inside. Oh, we have a stitch counter. Little stitch counter where you can just, or row, stitch, whichever works. So we've got a little one of those. And then we've got some more red. And I know some of you are like, oh, you're going to end up with a lot of red and green. You know, I'm really happy with that. That doesn't bother me. So I'm okay with that. So I like Christmas. I love Christmas colors. So, if I could wear, seriously, the sweater all year round, and don't be surprised, I may actually do that. So I'm really okay with that. She did do a quick little note. She, and when I'm saying she, SouthernSkein, which was Christy Cook, and she actually sent a little note, but also she sent a website in which I'm not going to show you, but there's a website that actually, if I'm able to, if it's a free pattern, I'm going to put it down in my notes, but it's a crochet pattern. But then also on this sheet it says that it's a modern take on a shawl as well. So I really like that I got a knit pattern and a crochet pattern with this. And I am gonna, my goal is I'm gonna choose one of those patterns. I'm gonna keep this with it. I'm gonna print it out and I'm gonna put it in my bag, because when I do the yarn and stuff, I'm gonna try to incorporate those patterns with that yarn. And if you think I'm gonna get this done all in December, woohoo, you're as crazy as me, because that's probably not gonna happen. I would love for it to happen, but I know this is my busy time of the year, so it's probably not. Also, with this, with SouthernSkein, I ended up with a cute little stitch marker. Again, I'm going to keep it with it, and I like this one because it actually came as a snowflake with a little red bead, and it's from Stitch Maker, and it's the company, it's SouthernSkeins.com that actually had it. So I'm going to do this real fast. Zoom in, sorry for the pause. Okay, and I got another little thing of tea, and this is called Christmas Eve Herbal Tea. So I love some tea, so I'm planning on having lots of tea. And I drink a lot of tea, a lot of coffee during the winter months. I'm always cold, I'm always chilled, so that is perfectly up my alley. And you'll notice I'm just dumping a bunch of my trash off to the side. I'll get it later. Alright, so the next one is actually from BeehiveYarn, and this advent calendar is called Vintage Greetings. And I have to show you this because I thought this was just so beautiful. Many of my boxes came like this, so a lot of them did come in really easy, accessible boxes that I can just open up and close back up. But this one would remind me so much of the little box of crochet, because this is the one that this came in. It is so beautiful, and it's magnetic, so it has a magnet closing. And I thought that was pretty neat. It had a little protective, and then it's all numbered. So I really liked that. This is definitely, you know, one of those boxes I'm going to keep and use for projects. And I feel like, again, this is something that I can have out. I can even use those labels and label it. So I loved that. I thought that was pretty nice. And then Michael's, during the Christmas year, actually has these, same thing, it's a little magnet thing, but this is one of the other ones that I haven't gotten to yet, but this is my Harry Potter one, and it's filled with candy. She sent it with candy and everything. It was in a different box, and what I did was I kind of transplanted it into this. I have two that I did this with, but then I also have, and I showed you before on one of the previous episodes, if I found any of these that were kind of free, I just cleaned it out and transplanted them in here. I have about 3 that I did that with. Then I have 2 that came in little bags of their own. So here are the 2 that came with their own little bags. And believe it or not, yes, I do actually have these stacked in order by number in my book. It matches my book, so I don't get confused or misplace or anything like that. And I keep them actually stacked in that order, just because I think it'll be easier for December when we go through this. Yeah. And then I have 2 that were in just regular boxes, but they were small enough that I decided to keep them in those boxes. So, back to this. Sorry, we do have a few more to go. Alright, so this is the vintage one. I love this postcard. I love the box it came in. Beautiful. And this is BeehiveYarn. And obviously this is gonna, ooh, isn't that pretty? That is pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm gonna kind of put this up here. I'm gonna look and see what else is in here and kind of, oh, it came with another, like a little ornament as well. That's cute. Yes, that is gonna go on my Christmas tree. I may even write on the back of it, because I like to do stuff like that. We, in our family, if for ornaments and stuff, we'll write on the ornament, just like the year, who gave it, or maybe what it was from, why we got it, what was important about it. So, and that's what we will do with this one. Some of the bags, if they're kind of cute and I don't destroy them completely, I'm probably going to keep them. Alright, our next one is Hogwarts theme. So, this is from CrystalSkyesHandDyed, and it is All That Sparkles Christmas at Hogwarts. And it came with like a lot of little bags to open. So this is the actual yarn, so I'm going to save that for last. I'm going to just do a quick, these are not so that it goes quickly. We are just going to tear it. Oh, look at these. Oh my goodness, look at these. I love vintage scissors. I will tell you, I absolutely love, love, love. Oh, look at that. And I'll actually move this. I don't know if that'll help Tim to be able to focus on it. And I'm just going to add to it. I'm just going to open each one of the little bags quickly. Oh, look, it's Hermione's. It's a little, it's an actual pin. It's Hermione's cat. And then, let's see what this is. So I'm pretty sure this is probably from Halloween, but I'm okay with that because I like candy corn. But that kind of does go with the whole Harry Potter theme. And then, up some more candies. So, oh, it's chewy lemon heads, different flavors. So here's this one. And then one more before we actually get to business. I love this. This is too cute. It is a llama bag label. You know, like when you travel, your traveling bag label, it's a llama. Love that. That was really a bunch of cute little Christmas gifts. Now let's get down to business and open that yarn. Ooh. Look, now this is definitely one of those 20 gram, because look how big that is. Look at the blues. This actually reminds me of a Slytherin. Oh, it says Hogwarts hut. So this must be Hagrid's hut. So yes, I am a nerd, or very Harry Pottery. I do know like a lot of the phrases and stuff. I'm actually listening it when my husband's not in the car. I listen to the Harry Potter series. I have it all on Audible. Not endorsing, and oh, just to let you know, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. So it's just me and my yaw, okay? Alright, we're going to move that out of the way. Here's this one. This is SheepishFibreArt, and this theme was inspired by A Christmas Carol. So let me open up the card real fast because it feels like it's more than just the card in there. And I didn't want to completely open everything. No, I'm wrong. I wanted to open everything a long time ago as these things came in. And let me tell you, it's been a chore not to. Okay. It's a beautiful card. It's got a lot of glitter on it. I'm probably going to like put it on my backing. And let's see. I'll probably read this later. It does ask for us to tag them on Instagram, the different things we make. And I will do that. I'm probably going to try to tag everyone as much as possible. This might actually just be my invoice. Which, yepper, it is. So that's my invoice. Gotta hide that from Tim. Shh, you didn't see that. Alright, I'm not even going to try to put that back in there. We're just going to open it up. Actually, this is moving faster than what I thought it was going to. Alrighty. Ooh, this is nice, beautiful grays. And it says that this is, oh, Cadvent, and it's called Get the Cadvent Cow with a 50% discount Ravelry code. So this is actually the code for the project to make this cow, and it's a Cadvent cow. So it gives me a code and everything on how to get this. Guess what? I'm going to do that so that we can look at this and get going with that. Alright, I'm going to lean. I'm going to go lean a couple of times. This one is actually the Pancake and Lulu Yarn 2019 Mini Skein Calendar. A colorful flow and fade speckle and tonal set of 25 mini skeins. Okay, and there's a little picture of it. Let me open it up real fast. Oh, and this is really pretty. This actually is named Fillin' Pine. That's cute. Like, instead of feeling fine, I'm feeling pine. And it just says that it's a indie hand dyed yarn and fiber. So, and it does say that the day number and the Advent 2019. So, let's move on. I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're moving through it pretty fast. I'm not sure how long we're going to be doing this, but hey. So for this one, this is actually from, it's called WhimzeeStitches Designs. And let me tell you, that was a tongue tire because, am I even saying that right? WhimzeeStitches Designs. And it actually listed the colors on here. So for each day it already tells you what it is. Also it gave a list of what exactly was in the advent calendar as well. And this one did come with a little, it's got a little ornament. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move what's on the white now, and I'm going to have it so where Tim can actually zoom in on it as I put stuff down. So we have a card, and then the card, wishing you joy, peace. Oh, that's pretty. That's a really pretty card. Slide that under it. Alright. And for this, it actually has the list, so where you could see that. I'm going to open up the bag. Ooh, I really like this one. You're going to have to zoom up here, hon. It came with the Notions bag, and I got to tell you, I love the, and it is lined with just a cream, but it is black checker. And it is, both of them are zipper. And here's the project bag. It reminds me of the, what is it, that's A Christmas Story. You know, when he's got that type of car and everything, and the car gets a flat tire, that's what that reminds me of. And then we've got the yarn as well, and it's beautiful pine tree. Oh, that's like a Christmas tree in a bag. So we're going to, once he gets a good shot of it, I'm going to stick everything in the bag that it goes with. And we're just going to keep putting everything in this bag. I'm probably going to put my card up once I get done and organize all of this. But that is so pretty. I really like that. Alright, and the next one is, it is from CountryMouseYarns. And it was just labeled as Advent Yarn Clubs. So, and a lot of these are kind of from everywhere. It's all over. But here's day one for it. And again, not all of them are going to be great. Okay, this one says, let's hear those needles clicking and hooking away. So, isn't this pretty? This is a good size one too, so this must be one of the 20 gram. That's pretty nice. I like this. This seems very wintry, very pretty. Alright, now we're going to do this one, and this is TiasTerrificThreads, and it's Mini Skein Advent Calendar 2019. Alright, and there's some little goodies in the bottom of the bag. And I think one of these, which was my very first one, threads and needles, actually you just pull out a bag. It's not numbered. It's one of the only ones that actually doesn't have numbers on it. But all the rest of them, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the rest of them usually have like all these numbers on it. This looks like coal. It's really pretty. And there were some that oh, and look, this one has a little black teddy bear, like a gummy bear stitch marker. So that's okay. And then now I do have other advent calendars. Now if you remember the Halloween one, whips on sticks, with Kayla, and it's Whips on Sticks Fiber Company. Sad, good but somewhat sad. She actually, and I don't know if you remember, she does the clay little stitch markers and stuff, and she also does earrings, and they are amazing. She's so artistic. So she is actually has sold all of her yarn. Her indie hand-dyed yarns she's taking a break from that for a while and focusing on her other crafts, which I'm sure I'm going to be getting more of her stitch markers or earrings because she does such an amazing job. But she is not going to be doing yarn or dyeing yarn for a very long time. It does make me sad, Kayla, so sad. But love, I'm so glad I was able to get this advent calendar because look at this. I mean, this is just, look what she does. It's just so amazing. This is so soft. And this says, you sit on a throne of lies, elf. So, oh my God, that's amazing, because that's actually one of our favorite Christmas movies, is Elf, and it says Kayla's favorite sock. And again, this is definitely so beautiful. It did come, she also sent this really nice canvas bag, and it does say the rustic stitch. It is lined with this beautiful mousse lining, cotton lining, and it came with, oh look, hot cocoa. So, and let's see what else. I think there's something up, and a candy cane. So I will definitely be chomping down on that and having a drink. So we're going to put this beauty in here, and I'm going to keep that. So the next thing is also, I did order Mad Science again, and I believe it's supposed to be a felt tree. That has not arrived yet. I know it's December 1st, but I think she had some difficulties, so we'll wait and see when that one comes in. I'm probably going to give her an email and just see what the status is. But she's amazing, amazing artist as well. All of these individuals, these companies, small business companies, do such a fabulous job. And with that being said too, you all know I love Crafternoon treats. Catherine did a 12 Days of Christmas instead, and it's vintage elegance, and obviously I have to hold on to this beauty up until I believe the 12th or the 13th, because it's the 12 Days of Christmas, not Advent calendar. And there's like a little treat even for New Year's. So New Year's Day you have something to open up as well. Now the interesting thing about this is that I thought, oh, you know, when I saw 12 Days of Christmas and everything, I was like, Oh, that's great. I'm gonna, you know, because, you know, I'm addicted to advent calendars. I hurried up and jumped on that because I do love her yarn. I definitely have her yarn. So, come to find out, she only did 20 of these. So only 20 people out there have this package. And she was surprised she sold out. I'm surprised. I was shocked when she said 20. I feel so privileged. I was like, whoa, same thing with Whips on Sticks. I mean, I'm just thankful that I was able to order those and get those and be able to be, you know, participate in it this year. Also, if you notice, I had shown this very early on when I finished it. It is my not so ugly Christmas sweater because it ended up being so gosh darn cute, and my intention was to have it be listed as an ugly Christmas sweater, but it's just too pretty. I like it. And this one is actually, I wrote down the notes for it just in case anyone was interested. Of course, I had thought I turned it to the correct page, but no. Okay, so this is Crochet Sweater for Beginners Easy by Little John's Yarn. I will link that in the notes. I have lots of notes for all of you. Again, the advent calendars that we're going to be going through this year, it's just to inspire you for next year. It's also, you know, if you just want to go take a look at the different websites. I am not sponsored by anyone at all. Not YouTube, not any of these dyers, not Little Box of Crochet, not Crochet Society. I just have issues, that's all. And that's okay, because it makes me happy. And that's what I want you all to be, is happy. So, tomorrow I'm probably going to try to do a video. If not tomorrow, it'll be the day after. And my goal at that point is we're going to open 3 days. We're just going to get her done. That's it. We're just going to work fast and hard and whoop whoop. I'm going to continue with my advent calendar as far as a little box of crochet, just to see. let's get for real. I'm probably not going to be able to keep up with it. It's not going to be a month project. It's going to be a, you know, a 2 to 3 month project possibly. And it was actually kind of funny because Caroline from Knitting, what is it, Knitting Vicariously, I believe she's amazing. She cracks me up. And she also has like one of those disclosures too in regards to the fact of, you know, might not be as child friendly. And yes, it's Knitting Vicariously. She was actually talking about last year, her advent calendars, and that, oh, you know, it was a bit much because she had 3. Oh, Caroline. Let me tell you, pretty soon you're going to be knitting vicariously through me with all my yarn. But she does so amazing. I mean, and going into that, my channel is TNT Crochet Hookers Where Knit Happens. It's because my knit's not so great, but I do knit that one sock that I'm knitting for my husband. I'm so deathly afraid to do that hill. Like, let me tell you, I got to that point and I'm just like, I'm stuck. The fear of God is in me right now because I'm just so worried I'm going to mess it up. And then to match another foot to match that, I'm like, are you kidding me? But I'm going to try to focus on that to get the knitting. But, you know, Caroline with Knitting Vicariously, love all the work she does. Barbara from Knitting I Love, amazing. And Leslie from, and it's just her name, Leslie Arnold, and Arnold Hopkins. She only does a podcast like once a month, but I love watching her. She's amazing. There's many other knitters out there that are just absolutely amazing. I watch so many different channels. I'll probably just like every episode just try to list like 1 or 2 or 3. And then for crochet, it's endless. Let me tell you, absolutely endless. I'm really hooked on, especially right now, Cookies and Crochet. Love her show. Joe's Web. She's amazing as well. Lynette from Charming Grammy Crochet. She's just, I just really love watching her. And also, don't forget Rosie from Nana's Stitching Lounge. She's actually doing a meet and greet up in Niagara Falls in April. I'll probably try to link, I did my last episode, I linked that too. Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, absolutely adore her. Glenda, Creative Grandma, Denise from Black Ribbon Crochet. I am going to try to kind of every so often list people that I do watch, just in case you're interested. I love that a lot of people are trying to do that just so everyone can kind of get inspired, see what everyone else is doing, and really it is just inspiring you, giving you other ideas, seeing what something that you may like, or which is kind of sad, back to the fact of, you know, the children and stuff. I mean, this could be really inspiring for a lot of kids. I mean, there's quite a few young crocheters out there who just are amazing right now, and I can only imagine what they're going to be like when they get to be my age, which is just, to me, so wonderful. But on that other note, I will be putting in a lot of these indie dyers did ask to be tagged in Instagram or on Facebook. I don't really have a TNT Hooker Facebook, and I'm not sure if I'm going to. I really just don't know if there's any need for it right now. But you can find me on Instagram, and I'll list that below. With that, there is a funny little story. I am going to probably tag one of my videos in my Instagram, because I'm back to that whole child parent. This would be one of those times, let the kids go away, because people don't understand my name for my channel. It is TNT, Tim and Tina, and I actually usually always do put him first, Tim and Tina. Crochet, it's not just a French word, it's actually something I do. And hookers, it's because we use hooks, okay? Hooks. Alright? So you see where I'm going with this. I'm getting really funny messages on Instagram. I was not understanding it until my adult children sat and explained it to me. And then I was like, oh, that kind of does make sense. So, and I go, well, because on Instagram it's just TNT Crochet Hookers. So it was a whole big funny conversation and story, and we laughed about it a lot, but I've definitely had to block some people from my Instagram, so I'm hoping that if I link it, maybe they'll understand that hooker, not hooker, okay? I'm not that type of person. I'm married, and you know, Tim and Tina. We're not into anything weird, so I think that's everything for now. I was going to show you one more thing, but I think I've taken up so much of your time, and we've had some like camera issues off and on, so we're going to wait until maybe like 2 days again. It's not going to be probably like a I can't remember how to say it, vlogmas. It's probably going to be vlog every other day, if not every 3 to 4 days. So thank you for coming and visiting with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Mom, haha, you're still not going to know what you're getting. And yes, I am working on a gift for my mother, and I'm sure I'm going to try to squeeze in a couple of things for my mother-in-law too. So I can't talk about some of the stuff I'm working on because of that, because I actually just found out, hey Mom, that she actually watches my channel. So gotta be careful about that. Hit subscribe. Hit that bell, the one with the parentheses, so that you get my notifications. And again, I will be posting my videos, and I'm going to be putting disclaimers on it that it's not child friendly without parents watching with them. I don't know if that's going to work, if that's going to help, but that is truly how I feel though too. I mean, I really feel like anything being watched, we just have to be super vigilant. So come back again in a couple of days. I'll see you then. Bye bye.